So this video will be covering most of the basic stuff that you should know if you are base building a town hall line. This is not an advanced guide. If you are a good builder at town hall line, you will probably know most of these steps, but you can still watch. You may learn something new. So starting off first with the comp size which you can use. Comps are also called compartments. Well, we used to say comps for short. So the standard compartment size are 9 by 9, which is this one, this comp. You can easily identify them. You can put, they have one tile gap between two defenses, and the another compartment size is 9 by 5, which is this one. And then there is another compartment size which is a bigger, but you can't. So the difference between 9 by 5, 9 by 9s and 10 by 10s is that you can quake the 9 by 9. So if you drop a earthquake spells, you can open this compartment like this, but you can't quake a 10 by 10. So if you are struggling to defend avalanche or golden spam with earthquake spells, you can use 10 by 10s if you want more in your builds. But the issue with 10 by 10s is that they are really spread out, and it makes queen charges easier because you don't have a lot of DPS on your queen, because they are not compact, they are more spread out. I prefer using 9 by 9s or 9 by 5s mostly in my builds. Also you can use 5 by 5 also, which is something like this, but I won't recommend using a lot of them because they are a lot wall consuming, and you need to know how to use them before you actually start using them efficiently. But yeah, you can use them too if you want. I prefer more 9 by 9s in my bases, and then just fill out, and I can use the 9 by 5s to have good value spread throughout my bases. So the reason why we recommend always using the 9 by 9 comps is because 9 by 9 comps are the smallest comps which you can use to avoid your defenses getting queen walk from a different comp. For example, like if someone queen charges into this compartment, like this compartment, they wall break and queen charge, then they are unable to reach this wizard tower and this sweeper from the middle compartment, which is they can't reach these two defenses from the central compartment with their archer queen. Similarly, on the other side, they can't reach this air defense, for example. So yeah, that's why queen range is very important at town hall line. We have to build everything keeping in mind the queen walkability. So yeah, that's why we recommend using 9 by 9s in every builds, in most builds. Let's say if you don't have 9 by 9 comps and have this huge comp, so what that ends up doing is that you can get all of this value with just a single layer of wall break. You can even drop a single golem and then sweep this entire comp and get even extra value, which would be right here. But if this wall was there, you won't be able to reach these two wizard tower comps. And yeah, so how do you start building a base? First, well, there are a couple of ways to approach this. You can start with something you have in mind. If you're really starting out, you can use one of the comps or compartments which is posted in the inspiration channel of the base building server. I will link the base building server in the description of the video if you are watching this video and you're not in the base building server. So you can start with either one of the comps which are posted in the base building server, or most builders like to start, they start out with a queen comp. I like to start with a general idea. Let's say what I like to do is, I think that on this base I want to have air defenses in such a setup, in a certain setup, or on this base I like to have double expo comp. So yeah, once you get a general idea of what you want to have, you can start building. So let's start off with the skeleton with something like this, again starting off with the 9 by 9s. So what I like to do is I like to start off with a skeleton, and once I have the skeleton partially completed like this, I start placing some of my defenses and see how the base is looking, and then start to make some changes. There are a lot of ways you can approach this. You can just start off with a queen comp at first and then go on from there, or just copy a comp from another builders or another base you can see. So yeah. So I finish off the skeleton. So the general idea was to have an offset queen, which I have in most of my builds. Then I drop this 9 by 5 compartment in my base to keep, just to have more, just to make it tougher to queen charge from the opposite side of the queen, and just to make it tough to reach the value with just wall breaks. So yeah, that was the plan. Just this side I tried something funny. I just tried to make this air defense unwalkable outside this mode, and so that they can't do some fancy stuff. I have some plans for this base, so you will know what I mean soon. So after the skeleton is done, I usually place both of my heroes down. The queen takes priority. So when placing the queen, you should keep in mind that the attackers will always try to the attackers will always try to take down your queen during an attack. So you don't have to protect her very much. Like, don't spend entire resources on protecting her. Use her as a resource to protect other value on the base. What I mean by that is that if you can drop a queen on the certain side of the base, then you can predict from where the attackers will attack the base. So you can get a better idea on how you can trap the base and defend against the attacks, because most of the attackers will try to approach the queen with their initial entry, which will be either a queen charge or a kill squad, or yeah, something like that. So also one thing to keep in mind is when placing down a queen is that you have a bomb tower protecting her so that she can't be scullied. One of the common mistakes when I see using a bomb tower is using the bomb tower incorrectly. So let's say if you have an air defense like this, if you have an air, yeah, see, so if you have an air, this is just an example that, so if you have an air defense like this which is inside the queen's range, so if someone drops a hound from on that air defense, the queen will target the hound, and depending on where shoots she is standing, she may be outside the range of the bomb tower at that point, so she can be easily scullied, or yeah, she will be outside the range of the bomb tower. So this is not a good correct way to use the bomb tower and air defense. You don't have to cover the queen pad, you have to cover where the queen will be standing while shooting the hound. So something like this would be a better choice in my opinion. Yeah, because no matter from where the queen is standing while shooting the hound, the bomb tower will cover her. So let's say if you want to do it with two air defenses, you can do it like this. Or let's say if you have an air defense like this, then something like this would do, because it can cover both of their defense no matter where she shoots the hound. This is just an example to make sure that you don't make mistake while pressing down the bomb tower. So on this base, I was planning to do something like this. Yeah, that looks better. Also, when placing down the bomb tower, you have to keep in mind that you also cover the clan castle with the bomb tower so that the clan castle does not get skellied. You can even protect the clan castle with other splash defenses like wizard towers. But the reason why you don't protect the enemy queen with wizard towers is because if they lalo, then the wizard tower will start shooting the hounds and the loons and may not shoot the skeleton spells. So it will be easy for the skeleton spell to kill the queen, which you don't want. So let's start with something like this. Okay, so the next step is placing down the Barbarian King. You have two options to place down the Barbarian King. You can keep her near, keep keep him near the Archer Queen. What this will do is this will highly encourage the hog attackers. So you can even give them the town hall. So for one hit format. So if they try to kill squad into the both of the heroes or queen charge into the heroes, they and you can just trap the back end heavily for hogs. So they will definitely fail. Or you can even keep the king away from the queen and have him in an area which is likely to get swayed. For, let's say for example, if this is a setup which you have two air defenses like this, then you can drop a king inside, then you can drop a king in there, so to make the sway more harder into that compartment. On this piece I would like to have him right here. So after my heroes are done, I like to start with my air defenses, because having air defenses down first helps a lot with, in general, on how can I approach the rest of the base. You can also start with exposed, but I like to start with air defense because, just because then I can drop my wizard towers and don't have to worry about my wizard towers getting in the range of air defense, that like this, something like this, getting tankable by hound. So on this base I'm thinking of dropping two air defenses like this and then having two here. Also, as these two are close, I will try my best not to have any sort of pathing through them. So maybe do something like this to make it even more. And I'm doing this to. I will explain shortly why I'm doing this. So storages are a good way to avoid the, like, to creating a nice hound loon separation between them. The hound will go from this air defense to this air defense, and the loons will go around the air defense. If I can manipulate the loon pathing, something like this, so the loons will never go from this air defense to this air defense, or if even if they go, they will go pretty late, which will end up as a which will help as a defender, because it will give air defense more time to shoot the hounds. So next up, after the air defense, I like to place down my bows or sweepers. Sweepers, I don't have any general order of placing them. Whenever I feel like that I have got most of the base down, then I start dropping my sweepers. So yeah, I first like to get a feel of what's going on in the base, then drop my sweepers so I can drop them more efficiently. So starting off bows. For bows, the general rule is, well, there's no rule for the bows, but try to not have both of the bows reachable from the same compartment. So something like this would be bad, because these both of the bows are reachable from this compartment, and similarly like this. Also, don't have the bows walkable from outside. That is just bad. You're just giving easy queen charge value. And it's a good idea to have the bows spread, so you can have even DPS spread out throughout the whole base. So I like to have the bows cover the core, because let's say if the queen charge from there, and then if the queen charge from somewhere and then reach the core, then I make sure that the queen dies into the core, and she doesn't stay up forever, because raged healers are very OP at town hall line. So I'm thinking something like this. Hmm, yeah, I think that should be good enough for now. Hmm, yeah, something like this should be good enough. I will see how the base turns out and make any changes if necessary. Changes if necessary. So wizard towers. So the rule for wizard tower is, don't have them don't have the wizard tower range overlap with an air defense. See, when this happens, then what see when you do this, then what will happen is that if the opponent's attackers drop a hound, it will go to the air defense, and then the wizard tower will start shooting the hound instead of shooting the loons. You want the wizard towers to shoot your loons instead of hound, because yeah, it does splash damage and it kills loon faster. Also, don't have wizard tower direct targetable. So don't have it on the edge of the base, and so that someone can easily snipe it with two loons. If you have it on the edge of the base, have something like a mortar or something like this to make it not direct targetable with loons and loons especially. So and have them evenly spread out. So the general rule of wizard tower is that don't have all don't have three or more of them reachable from this comp. So something like this would be bad because you can reach all three of them with from the same compartment like this, and it will give any attacker good value with a queen charge or a kill squad or a sweep. Same goes for air defense. Don't have three air defenses reachable from same compartment. Also, these rule sets which I'm talking about are general rules, which is good, which applies to newer builders because these rule sets are made so to avoid making beginner mistakes. If once you get good at base building and you start to understand why those rules are made, then you can mess around and even break the rules and still build good bases. For example, if you can have three air defenses reachable from the same comp and have the rest of the traps on the opposite side of the base, or have like 15 storages inside the base so that a queen charge won't get enough value, and have Teslas opposite the base or Sam on this last air defense, maybe even bait the screen charge. So you know what I'm saying. If you are starting out, stick with the rules, and once you get a good understanding of them, you may break them and build the bases accordingly. You can have up to maximum one wizard tower tankable by defense if you are unable to find a good spot for all four of them. So a really neat trick to having which wizard tower tankable by the air defense is that, let's say if you build this base and you see that most of the attackers are coming with a queen charge or a kill squad from this side of the base, so and taking out both of their defense. So what you can do is have this wizard tower right here. So as you know that the attackers are coming from this side and they will take out the both of these air defenses, then this wizard tower will no longer be tankable by this air defense. So it's just a general tip. Let's see where I want to place my wizard towers. So I think I can avoid placing them near an air defense. Hmm. I don't like how close they are. So maybe something like this. Hmm. The core that would give too much value. If I have four defenses in one comp, last one could be like this. Yeah, I think they are pretty evenly spread out throughout the base. Hmm. So now once I have got most of these defenses down, I can start placing my sweepers. What would be a good spot to place them? Definitely one covering this side. Maybe like this. This looks good right now. I could potentially have a Tesla farm, something like that right here. So one of the thing I try to do in my builds is that, for example, how should I explain it? Okay, let's say you see that everyone queen charges this side, so don't have the sweeper which is pointing towards the lalo. Like if the queen charge or sweep this side, don't have the sweeper which is pointing towards or protecting the lalo side get taken out by a queen charge. Let's say if this sweeper is pointing towards this side and then they take it out, it's fine because this sweeper is also protecting the lalo side. Well, this is not the best, probably not the best page to show this. And as an example, I will add a base with a screenshot. So if I remember while editing, so yeah, something like this. See, this is partially tankable by a hound, but I'm fine with it because I'm assuming this side will get taken out, most likely because of the town hall, the queen, the king. Yeah. So next up is archer towers. Since well, they are almost the same. Archer tower target. Yeah, they are more. Archer towers are more valuable than cannon. So try to have preferably archer towers away from air defense. Like don't overlap the range of the archer towers with air defense. Of course, it's very hard to do it and nearly impossible to do it with all of the archer towers. So the same logic applies as it applies with the wizard towers. You want the archer towers to shoot the loons, not the hound. So if everything is getting tanked, something like this with one hound, then the loons will have easy time throughout the base. All of three archer towers are getting tanked by a hound, and the loons will direct target them and destroy them. So try to have them away from the air defense and have cannons near the air defense preferably. So something like this. Hmm. I try to have my archer towers on the corners to make the funneling hard. Similarly on this side, I start placing my storages through while buildings wherever I can think there's a good spot for them. Like this spot, if I place any more defenses in this side, it will give a huge sweep value. So I just drop two storages to make the sweep harder. Like it will consume the time of the heroes and the wizards, which will give my defenses more time to shoot them down. Hmm. This is a good compartment to put down a storage. It Yeah, I can have an ultra tower like this. It's away from the air defense. Maybe even put it on a geared archer tower and have some Teslas right here. Maybe a mortar and some Teslas. So geared archer tower. Geared archer tower is one of the best defenses of Town Hall line. Its damage per second is even higher than that of X-Bow. Almost double to that of X-Bow. You can check the stats. It can out heal 4 healer queen charge, but that's not practical because the range of the archer tower geared one is too short. So by the time the queen is inside the range of the geared archer tower, sheep has probably taken her down in 2 or 3 shots. So yeah, geared archer tower is really good for killing loons, hounds, and it is one of the strongest defenses at town hall line. Now you should give it a thought while placing it down. Don't have it near air defense like this. You want it to shoot the loons, not the hounds. Don't have it near a possible switch slash kill squad slash queen charge entry. Have it away on the back end. It can really shred loons. So now for the cannons. I think I will try to path loons away from this air defense. So have something like this, and even put a storage down. Maybe a wall. So see, okay, like this. I don't want this T junction to be to be easily targetable by wall breakers. So what I did was I moved storage one tile away from that side and the build hut also. So and put a wall piece right here. So wall breakers target structures behind a wall. So they won't target this junction. They will go right like something like right here or right here. They won't be able to break this compartment at first. It will be tough to break at least. One of the advantages of using offset storages is which I have been recently doing in my builds is let's save this storage. For example, if it was in a normal spot and the queen charged this central town hall compartment from this side, the queen will skip the storage. But if you move it like this, then the queen will start targeting this storage and it starts consuming more time, which is better for you. and it stalls up the queen even more. So something like this would be great. Same from here. If the storage was like this and the queen was in this compartment, she would skip it. But now, since I have it like this now, she can target it. Mm, so let's see, where can I place the rest of my storages. I think this would be a good spot. Yeah, this is too much value, so I will place something right here. Like this queen charges gives too much value if they can reach the core. So just put some storages there to stall these. Put it right here. Okay. So as you can see, this air defense setup is really good for hound and loon splitting. The hounds will go from this air defense directly to the second one, but you can trace the loon pathing. The loons will go from right here to here to here or here, and then export then to the wizard tower. Or if they come from this side, they will go from here. Well, from this side, they will have a really hard time coming to the air defense. So they will, after clearing out this section, they will come from this cannon, this archer tower. If they reach this air defense, they will go from this air defense to the sweeper to the wizard tower and not go to this air defense. I can even make something like this to even mess up loon pathing. Yeah, I like this right now. Put something right here. Now, at last, mortars. Hmm. Mortars are the strongest defense at town hall line. What you can do with mortars is that you can use them to avoid direct targetability. You can use mortars to avoid your wizard towers and air defense and geared archer towers and stuff like that getting direct target well with loons. So that is the only purpose the mortars serve, and also avoid. You can use them to manipulate golem pathing throughout the base. So let's say if the attackers would like to wall break into this compartment, then you can have a mortar right here and right here. So if they drop it like right here, it will go into a high DPS area and it'll go away from the side they want to wall break. Or let's say if they prefer to wall break this compartment, then you can have, well, they will probably just, the mortar will, the golem will probably just target this compartment since it already has three defenses. So yeah, it depends on where you are placing it and how many defenses are already inside the com. Or let's say if there are only two defenses inside the com and you had something like this, so the golem will go to this mortar instead of hitting a wall, which is good for you because the golem will get separated from the kill squad. Again, what did I have here? So yeah, that is the second purpose of the golem. The first purpose is something I can possibly make it like this. Yeah, I think I like this spot. It's kind of a semi golem trap. The exposing and range. The king, Tesla, double cannon, Architava. Yeah, I think I like it. The expo might not be in range. Yeah, I don't think it is. If they drop it like from like 9 o'clock. Something like this just to make pathing into the air defense a little bit harder. I don't want anything to be right here, because if they take out the archer tower and then they drop the loons on the mortar, it will go directly to the air defense. So maybe something like this could work. So yeah. As for the trash, I don't give much of thought to placing trash. I just keep some of the key points in mind, like don't have army camps giving easy funnel value. What I mean by that is don't have them like this. Don't have them placed like this. So then one wizard tower can take one wizard or something can take both of the camps out and give easy funnel to the kill squad or queen through the base. So yeah, I don't give much thought, but there are other town line builders that give a lot of thought to placing the trash. I just spam them throughout the whole base. And try to create genuine fake Tesla farm spots throughout the base with your trash if possible. Don't have it in dumb spots like this. No one would expect a Tesla farm near the Archer Queen. Well, you can put, but not like right here. There won't be a Tesla farm like in this dead zone because there is air defense and the Queen near it. This would be a good spot. Try to not have easy funnel with trash placements. You can figure that out after you place them. So yeah. Okay, one more thing. Don't have trash touching a mortar or any defense like this. But because if loons target the mortar, they will also take out the trash. I think I am done with the base and the general layout and the fillings. I think that is where I will end this video. I won't cover traps and their placements in a single video because if I do that, it will be very long. Also, Teslas are a trap, so stop talking. So yeah, I can even Teslas are very useful at Town Hall. I can probably do an entire video on how you can use them. So yeah, I think I will cover the traps in the next video. So let me know if you like this kind of video. Maybe I can do probably more. So yeah, just let me know if you like this kind of video, like a live build while explaining my thought process of why I do certain things. So yeah, with this, see you in the next one. And if you have any thoughts or comments or feedbacks, share in the comment section, like the video, subscribe, and thank you. With